What you're basically going to do is you got all your passing and your rushing and your receiving and all these points and yada yada. So you got a quarterback, you got your wide receivers, you got your running backs, you got your tight end, you got defenses as a whole. What else you got here? You got, go ahead, tell me where it is, Tom. All right, you got kickers, you got head coaches, and I already mentioned defenses as a whole. So all this stuff accumulates points. Let's say it's Sunday, game 1. You're sitting down and you're having some nachos and you're drinking beer, or whatever you do on a Sunday football game. And you're sitting down and you're wondering what's going to happen here. How does this all work, right? So everything you see on TV, if it's a player that you have on your team that you drafted during the NFL draft, okay, by the way, it's August 22nd at 12 noon. So August 22nd, you get all these people from the draft, you gather them up, you get all these players, okay? Now, what's going to happen, let's say you get Chris Johnson, okay? I'm going to go with Chris Johnson's statistics from last year, but every time that Chris Johnson runs for 10 yards, you're getting 4 points. Every time he does a 4+ yard TD rush, he gets 8 points. And so on. Every time he makes a TD, he gets 6 points. Now, if he throws a pass or he receives a pass as well, you're getting points for that. It's kind of the same point setup. It might be a tad bit different. You know, receivers only get 2 points for every 10 yards, but you get the drift. And I'm going to send the link out for all you guys so you see all the points. I suggest you kind of briefly go through it. Now you're sitting there and Chris Johnson's running for 10 yards, okay? You're going to receive 4 points, all right? And then he makes a TD. You get 6 points. And all these points start adding up. Your quarterback throws for 10 yards. He's going to get 2 points. Wide receivers, quarterbacks, and tight ends each get 2 points for each 10 yards. Running backs are the only ones that receive 4 for each 10 yards. So, let's go back, he's throwing passes, he's doing everything he's doing. You're getting points. And these points are starting to accumulate and accumulate and accumulate, and it's looking good. So, the system will mathematically put everything together for you as the game's going through, okay? And the system's going to run through, and you can sit there and you'll watch through on the scoreboard, and you'll see through on the scoreboard. For all of you that don't know where scoreboard is, scoreboard's right here on the league. You'll see it, and it will say scoreboard right next to standings and teams. And you'll hit scoreboard, and that's going to basically show you everything that's going on. Get familiar with this. And by the way, the schedules that I have in there right now are not legit. I still have to do the schedules. But that's the scoreboard. And it will tally up. All these numbers will start tallying up, and they'll go through, and they'll change through. And they'll start making all the mathematical numbers. So everything that happens on TV within seconds is going to pop up on here. And it will go red. It will go pink, and we'll see you added points. And the other guy, you're going to see everything he's doing. And everybody else in the league, you're going to see all this stuff. Your scoreboard is going to basically show. Now, by that list where I said hit scoreboard, right next to that's players. To the left of that, right after standings, is players. And if you click players, you can kind of get a visual what everybody's kind of doing. And if you just click the player's name, and if you just click player's name, that'll go through, and like Chris Johnson, for example. This guy's numbers are incredible. He's pulling a lot of numbers. So after Chris Johnson's game, let's say, last year when he played Houston in Game 2, he had 183 points. 183 points. Now, all these points go into your point sheet, go into your total for the scoreboard for that week. And everybody else's points that you have that are players for you will all get into your points as well. And this is going to be, every week it's going to be the same deal in bullet ball players putting in. Now, the one thing you want to be cautious of is always make sure to change your roster every week and get it all adjusted, who's playing who. Okay, what defense is Chris Johnson playing against? Either way, it doesn't really matter, he'll blow him away. I mean, he's that much of a god. So we just go about and check all, who the players are going against, what defense, switch and put them in the bench. And I'm going to go through the benching and all that stuff later on, once you get the players listed on there, once after the draft. That way it's a little easier to understand, because you'll see exactly what you're seeing. But I'm going to go through that briefly later down the road. I think it'll be a lot easier. But all that stuff's going to get accumulated. But make sure you're focusing on players' injuries. Make sure you're playing if the player's going to play or not. I mean, we got a lot of owners, so you're going to have a lot of wide receivers in your team that are going to be third or fourth string, second or third string wide receivers. So make sure they're legitimately going to play a pretty good amount of game time. Those are the things you want to focus on. So be alarmed, but be focused on that stuff. It's important. Anyways, everybody's going to get set up here. It's all going to be good, and that's what's going to basically happen with the points. Now, one other thing, I think I briefly got that through, I'll send the players' sheets through, the scoring systems and all that stuff way before draft, so you can kind of work around that. The other thing I'm going to send to you guys is the draft order. Draft order is everybody gets the position of where they're going to be put in the draft. Like I'm going to be, I got third pick, or I've got fourth pick, or whatever. Like I said before, the snake round. So whatever you're seeing right now, you might be already strategizing for some of you guys. I don't have the draft order set yet. So if you think that you're fifth pick, you're not. Just want to let you guys all know that. I don't have the draft order set yet. I will send that. You can make it out to a check. You can pay me in cash, but don't mail me cash. Don't do that. Good show.